Your news leader is tracking two major issues affecting Memphis: education and public safety. New data just released on Tennessee's school voucher program is raising concerns about its impact on public schools, especially here in Memphis. State Representative Gabby Salinas joins us now to talk more about the report, along with the role of the Memphis Safe Task Force and its presence as it continues to grow in the city. Representative, always glad to have you back on 3 at 3. Good to see you. I know you just got off a phone call with the governor, you and members of the Shelby County delegation. What did you hear about the Memphis Safe Task Force from the governor?
Yeah, so this is the first time that we have had any type of communication from the governor's
First
office.
time after what, 2 weeks that they've been here?
After 2 weeks, and after us reaching out, writing letters, asking questions that I think the voters deserve to know. How is this money spent? What are the goals? How are we measuring metrics and success, and when will that be accomplished, and what's the exit plan?
So what answers did you get from the governor? What did he say?
Well, it left a lot to be desired. We really didn't get much information, especially for the pieces that belong to the state. Tennessee Highway Patrol, the National Guard. Those are the two agencies that I think we need to get the most information from, because it's what the Tennessee government is responsible for. I would understand the stuff that's happening at the federal level, but you know, it's being sold as we're working in collaboration, but that's not the case, because none of our questions have been answered.
What are you hearing about the National Guard itself coming to Memphis? Have they arrived yet? Are they here in another day or two? What are you hearing from the governor?
So what we have heard is that they will be in town tonight and will start working tomorrow. What they're going to be doing, we still don't know. And you know, these are questions that we have asked of the mayor, these are questions we've asked of the sheriff, these are questions we've asked of the governor. We still don't have a clear answer as to what are they doing. So what is the plan? In my opinion, if you are trying to achieve something, you have to have a plan with clear, measurable goals.
So otherwise, Representative, why does that concern you so much, especially not knowing what they'll be doing and with whom?
Well, it's what we've seen, you know, and targeting Black and brown communities and racially profiling to make stops and what those escalate into, right? It's not, oh, I have a warrant, I'm going after this person that has done something wrong. And we all want criminals off the streets. But what we don't want is innocent people being caught up in this as a result of not having a plan and not following the law.
We're hearing from perhaps the governor, we're hearing from the White House that the numbers are really turning in a different direction when it comes to crime fighting in the city of Memphis. Do you believe those numbers? Do you believe what you're hearing? Do you think Memphians, folks here in Shelby County, are feeling safer?
Well, we had a decrease in crime before they got here. So I think in a way they're trying to take credit for work that was already happening. And now they have, what we've been seeing is more innocent people being stopped and being arrested for minimal things. So is that going to contribute to crime reduction? I don't think so. And the numbers will bear that out.
So what do you think the pushback will be from you and others who are not big fans of the National Guard and the Memphis Safe Task Force being here?
Well, I want to know how much money is being invested in these efforts, and I would love to see the same amount of money given to efforts to combat poverty, because we know when we address poverty, when we address education, we can change our crime numbers, right? And it's a long-term investment, but it works, and it's a long-lasting investment.
You mentioned education. We know that the governor is hoping to expand his voucher program, which does have a pretty hefty price tag. Your thoughts there and its impact on Memphis and Shelby County?
So federally, we're ranking 47th in per student spending when it comes to education. And my prediction is that within the next 2 years, we will be 50th, because the voucher bill that he passed is going to leave a big hole in the budget when it comes to fully funding our public schools. And if we expand that, that's going to get worse. And that's not something to be proud of. Our schools are already struggling in terms of deferred maintenance, in terms of paying teacher pay, in terms of making sure that people have access to counselors and other support staff. And that's just going to get worse.
But the governor has said, especially with this voucher program, that in every zip code you give families more of an opportunity for better education. So you don't buy that?
Well, you've done some coverage on this and you've seen the numbers. That's not what we're seeing, right? That's not what we're seeing. We warned people that it would be the affluent people and that this is a handout for rich people to take their kids to private schools, and that's what the numbers say.
Did those numbers surprise you at all, especially in some of the zip codes right here in Memphis, in marginalized communities that are not getting them?
No, they didn't surprise me. And you know, what's good about public education is that we have wraparound services that often people can't access when they go to private schools. So it's not just a barrier of affording a school, it's also, is the bus going to come pick up? What's after school look like? So there's many things that go into making a kid successful.
One last thing here. I know you have a couple of town hall meetings coming up where you really want to hear from the public about some of these issues we've talked about and then some.
Yeah, so we have a town hall tomorrow at Trezevant High School in Fraser. Myself and Representative Justin Pearson will be there, listening, but also providing some of the information that we have. If people can't make it, we will be streaming it on our platform. So follow us at Vote for Gabby on Instagram and on Facebook. And we just want to hear out what people's concerns are and where they want their priorities for our elected officials and what we're doing. So we invited people from the County Commission, the General Sessions Court Clerk Tommy Sawyer will also be there. And then we also have a town hall on October 30th in Burt Ferguson in Cordova.
Seems like you're going to be pretty busy as always.
Yes.
Gabby Salinas, Representative, always good to see you.
Thank you so
We
much.
will do this again.